poppin', beautiful people? I'm late, but I'm here. Better late than never, as they say. Welcome to the Miss Best Reviews channel. We're here to go over the Housewives of Beverly Hills. This is the season finale, appropriately titled Closing Chapters, 18 weeks of boredom and the same recycled storyline over and over and over again. But we are here to go over it. My apologies again for being late, but welcome in to everybody. Feel free to drop your reactions, your feelings, and all of those things with us here tonight in the comments. Also want to remind everybody to tap in with the links in the description of this video. There are links to some other great creators as well as regular co-hosts such as James from Watch Your Mouth Reviews, Kiwan JTV, and lots of other talent, beautiful people. Also, a big thank you to Kiwan JTV. She is helping me get closer and closer to 800 subscribers. I just checked and I'm just one away. So I'm welcoming all my new subscribers and also saying thank you to everybody. And if you like what we are doing, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and all of those good things. Now let's get into the foolery that is this episode, because it is definitely a lot of foolery. We pretty much left off in the last episode seeing that Erica, Sutton, Kyle, that other messy chick who was in the season a little bit ago, they did not show up to Dorit's book cover release party. Maybe because a book cover release party is dumb. But they didn't show up. Of course, Dorit is upset about this. She's hurt. She's bothered. Also, Beth said he's loving the new community guideline pop-up message. Okay. I am glad you do. We've had some interesting comments the last few days. Everyone's comments are, welcome on this channel. But if you are commenting to argue or attack my personal opinion, which is what I am giving in these reviews, I'd like to remind you that my opinion is my opinion. It is not law. And your opinion is your opinion to those who watch. So let's just be respectful and not try to fight each other over a difference of opinions. Seems to be a running issue in this country. But thank you also best for being here, watching it, all of that. You guys be sure to stream his music. He's also a creator. He's also Black. So why not, right? But Erica has not texted Dorit. She never said anything about her reasons for not coming to the party. She never told Dorit that she would not be at the party. She just kind of didn't show up, which I felt, I'm not mad at Erica because I don't like Dorit, and I feel like Dorit has been acting like a see you next Tuesday, as she liked to say. However, Dorit, I don't know, Erica doing it, I'm not surprised. Dorit need to get that from somebody somehow. So I'm not mad at it. But I did find it funny because Dorit was so ready to go in on Sutton's text that she sent for her reasons for not coming to Dorit's book release cover. It should be a book release. I have heard of artists doing a cover release, but usually they read you like a chapter of the book with it. Dorit didn't read us a scripture, a chapter, a sentence, a word. We didn't get no synonyms, no antonyms, no predicates, nothing. She just showed us this picture of her on this book cover, and I'm not trying to be mean at all. This was not the best picture that they could have used of Dorit. Dorit's a beautiful woman. She really is. She is aging like she is not colorless and everything. That book cover, like when you look at her face in the picture, I said they could have used a softer photo. But Erica's fed up with Dorit. She's fed up with her treatment. She's tired of the little bitch fits and the little tears. I think everyone's sick of Dorit. She's become aggressive and mean. And if y'all saw that clip from the reunion, I do personally feel like, and I said it last season, if y'all go and watch my reviews from last season in our playlist, y'all amped Dorit up so much about smoking a damn cigarette that now that's all she does is smoke cigarettes and curse people out and think that it's giving her a moment. I kind of want Bravo to yank her diamond away like they were going to do before that Erica and Tom Girardi stuff happened, because I want to see her sweat at this point, because the way she's acting is just it's egregious and unnecessary. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I just do not. But Erica cracked me up because Erica said Dorit, maybe PK was not wrong about her, which was, in my opinion, that was a lot of shade. It was not the nicest thing to say. The girl is going through a divorce. It's one thing if she's crying about feeling like y'all are not supporting her through a divorce. You probably shouldn't say you see why her husband ain't tripping on leaving her. But I'm not mad at Erica for saying that, because honestly, I think we all see why Dorit's husband is gone. If a man like PK don't even want you, a snaggle-tooth redneck man don't want you, that I don't think that you're tolerable. Andy can't stand you. Cass can't stand you. Half of the audience can't stand you. And she is dragging this storyline. She's dragging this storyline. I feel like Dorit could give grace, but is choosing not to give grace. But let me know how you guys feel about it. Happy Friday also to those who are just now joining. We get to Dorit's book release party. We get to see the rest of it. And I don't know if I was the only one laughing, but everyone in the room heard this loud, like almost like glass breaking. And I'm looking like, what did Jennifer do? What did she break? And she's leaning over to get her purse. And I'm thinking, yeah, get your purse so the glass don't scratch it. And then I noticed that the purse was what broke. The purse was what broke. And apparently the purse that Jennifer Tilly had was like a $40,000 crystal purse. So I guess it wasn't made off of the leather or any of that. And so when the purse fell, it literally shattered like a vase would or something. And Jennifer was like, oh no. Her reaction was so funny, but then she also calmed down super fast, which lets you know this is somebody who has money. This is somebody who has actual money, because she did not give a flying you know what about a $40,000 bag falling and breaking. And she also left her $40,000 bag unattended while she went and did something. I strive to have money like that where I could just leave stuff around and, you know, not care who touches it. But she was also in a room full of people who have it. But, you know, my brain say you can't trust nobody. But after she breaks it, Dorita's kind of talking to Bose. She does end up, you know, we'll get to the speech and all of that later. But before she gives her speech, she's talking to Bose and she's speaking about how the ladies didn't show up. Now, Dorit, if you're going to treat these women like crap, cuss them out and talk about, well, I don't need your friendship and all of this stuff that you've been saying, then why would you allow yourself to be pressed and bothered at your event where you're supposed to be celebrating you and your stream of income, which is kind of pathetic that she's been on this show for years and years. And the ladies are like, we're celebrating the book because Dorit has an income. That's just shameful. But I don't understand why Dorit is giving these ladies so much energy. They didn't show up to your event. I get being a little bothered. But if you're calling people see you next Tuesdays and leaving them stranded in Italy, a country that they are not fluent in the language in, are you supposed to expect for them to be happy to show up for you? They tried to talk to you. They've been patient with you all season, but Dorit only sees her side of stuff and Bose's weak ass and Rachel's weak, boring ass. All they do is say yes to Dorit. She doesn't need yes men around her. She needs actual friends. But no shade. After this episode, I'm looking at Rachel, Bose, Dorit, and Sutton. I know this is going to sound like a sweep, but in my opinion, they can all go because they bring like a certain level of fakeness for me that is like intolerable to watch on the show. Let me know if y'all feel differently, but it irks my soul. Now, Bose had audacity because she commented on the situation between Kyle not coming to Dorit's party and all the issues they've been having. And Bose says that Kyle should have come. Why would Kyle show up if Dorit is telling her she doesn't care about her friendship and feels and is blaming everyone else's feelings on Kyle as if Kyle has control of how other people feel and what they do? I felt like that was odd of Bose to say. Also, Bose, last season when you were talking to Garcelle and Sutton and other castmates when you joined Bose, you made it seem like, well, I don't know the history with you ladies and Dorit, so it's not my place, but I get along with her. This season, Bose, you still don't know the history. Only a couple months went by, yet you are siding with this woman as if you have been here since season 2. And you have not. So I don't feel like Bose should, if you didn't feel safe, Bose, last season to comment and get in between the drama that Dorit has with these other women, then be quiet and don't enter it this season because you ain't been here that long. Bose could be figuring out how to fire her hair and makeup artist because they are failing her. She could figure out how to hire someone to put a wig on her head that does not scare us or look like it is holding kittens in the center of it. Like, there's a lot that Bose could be doing instead of being up this lady's ass. There's a lot she could be doing. And I'm genuinely sick of Bose. I really am. I don't care about her opinion. She was boring. And she also got played by production because you was up Dorit's ass probably thinking you'd get more camera time, Miss Bazoma. But we really didn't get much of Bose this season, looking back. And I'm kind of okay with that because outside of the drama, Bose is boring. And I do agree with what the audience says. Everything with her feels like an HR meeting. Nobody wants to be in an HR meeting, not even HR. So I'm just saying. But after everything goes on, Dorit gives a speech. Her kids come up and they reveal her cover photo. Again, not the best photo. Dorit is beautiful, but that photo of her on that book cover was terrible, especially in the face. I don't know what they were trying to do or if she was trying to look inquisitive, but they could have chose another picture. What's poppin' vibe? Welcome in. Happy Friday to you. I see you're covering, what is that? The Love Island Beyond the Villa. I know Love Island's very popular. So if you guys are looking for a place to get your recaps and reviews on that, please tap into Vibe X. Tap in, tap in, tap in. But after Dorit reveals her book cover, she does it with her kids. The kids have grown so much. I just remember when she joined the show, Phoenix was a baby, like a little baby. So it's nice to see the kids grow up because they're innocent. It's not their fault their parents are idiots. It's really not. But the kids have grown. Dorit's children look beautiful. That was the only positive of Dorit's event was her kids. And yeah, they look like they didn't even want to be there. They look like they didn't even want to be there themselves. But I found it odd that she did not read a page, a sentence, nothing. But yeah, I wasn't moved by her speech. Maybe one of y'all was. Feel free to leave in the comments if y'all were moved by Dorit's speech. But I do think it is a good thing that she is doing something for herself. I think that if you're on reality television, you should utilize your platform, utilize whatever you can. If it's just posing on Fashion Nova and hashtagging Beverly Hills Fashion Nova, do that. If you want to write a book or have someone write it for you, as Dorit did, do that. But the goal is to monetize as much as you can while on the show and with this platform. So Dorit, I hope that this book lasts longer than Beverly Beach and the homeless not toothless. That is what I will say. Now, at the end of this, Bose also announced her engagement, but I don't know. I'm it's good Bose is engaged, I guess. Like, that's a happy thing, but I feel like her and Keely are moving fast and skipping steps. However, they are both making much more than my salary. So maybe this is just what people do. If you can afford it, move how you want to move. If you can afford it, but I don't care about Bose's engagement. And I'm also the type of bitch where if my friend is having a book release cover party, even if the book is stupid, well, there was no book, it was just the cover. But even if the idea of the party is stupid, I'm not going to take from my friend's spotlight and announce at a party that's not for me that I'm engaged. I get that you're happy that you're engaged and stuff, but I don't like friends that do that. Like, don't take from the spotlight of other people. Don't turn everything into a you moment. I feel like Bose kind of does that. I probably am reaching a little bit, but congrats to Bose and Keely. May he keep his job, baby. May he keep that job. What's poppin', Naya? Happy Friday to our thugging cousin. And hello to hubby if he is in the background. Vive said, right, she did not read a chapter from the book by ghostwriters. It's like we be trying to be polite with Dorit, y'all. I really am trying to be polite for Dorit. I'm trying. I'm even calling her Dorit instead of Doris. I am trying so hard to be respectful of her. I will say, this is one of the seasons of her where we got a lot of Dorit. The last time we got a lot of Dorit, we wanted her to leave the show because it was that puppy gate. But I found it odd. If parts of the book are being written, you could have given, like, if not a chapter, she could have gave us a paragraph about a part of her life in the book that we already know about. Like, she could have done something. We don't want to look at a bad picture of you, Dorit. I'm sorry. That picture, I did not like what they did with her face in that picture. But Rachel Zoe was like, yes, that one. And maybe that was the problem because all she do is wear caftans. Naya said, all I could think of was the fact that everyone is divorced and widowed and she's trying to have 2 weddings because she want her African wedding and her American wedding. Me personally, if I get married, give me the African wedding. I don't want the American wedding because we have one of the highest divorce rates in the world. Give me the African wedding. But I do understand why she wants the 2. But that was petty, Naya, because it's like, damn, not 1 but 2. And you see, Rachel just filed. Doris is going off and leaving bitches stranded in foreign countries because her man don't want her. Kyle is trying to figure out if she even want a divorce, because I feel like Kyle and Mauricio want a divorce, but they both get jealous when they see each other with other people. So maybe they need an open relationship. But yeah, all these women are divorced. Lord. So it was funny that Bose did that. I was like, read the room, Bazoma, please. Bose is too much. And she does the most. I don't know. I don't see it for Bose, and it's unfortunate because I really want to like Bose because she's Black, she's powerful, she's beautiful, but she can't wear a wig to save her life. Her makeup be off. She, in my opinion, is giving Uncle Tom. If you know what it mean, you know what it mean. And I agree with Garcelle. Not all skin folk is kin folk. I said what I said. But yeah, that photo was, And Dorit's a beautiful woman. It was just, everybody take a bad photo here and there. I've done it. I do it. I be coming on YouTube looking homeless sometimes. Hey, it happens. But I wouldn't do that for my book. No, I wouldn't. Lord help us. Moving forward, you guys. Kyle, we get a scene with Kyle. I wish I had like a tiny, like little MIDI board so that I could like play like a tiny violin playing for Kyle's story. I appreciate Kyle for finally being open because I don't want to be a hypocrite. I am one of the YouTubers that was saying a couple seasons ago when the, separation first started with her and Mo. I was one of the people that was like, okay, but you're not saying nothing about your relationship. You don't tell us too much. So open up or get out. Now Kyle is opening up about her feelings on her separation, but I kind of feel like it's too little too late. I also feel like if her and Mauricio haven't pulled the plug and filed for divorce as of yet, then maybe it is time for you to leave the show, Kyle, because I feel like she wants to handle, I feel like Kyle is not going to file for divorce unless she's off of this show. Like to be on this show and then also file for divorce, that's a lot. I feel like Kyle is kind of weird and private and will try and do that off camera. But she does say she wonders if she should pull the plug on her marriage. And she says that she's not going to pull the plug until she absolutely knows, which I agree. I feel like if you're done with someone, you'll know. Until you're done with them, don't pull the plug, especially in a marriage that's been going for a quarter of a century. Take your time pulling the plug. I don't like Kyle at all, but I do respect the idea and ideals and beliefs behind marriage, especially being that I am married. And if you are going to be in a space, there's going to be years when you're married where you have bad moments with your partner. But with Kyle and Mo, I feel like they both were so focused on obtaining their wealth that they lost sight of their relationship. I don't know why I feel that way. I just do. But her daughter's getting married. I think that is making Kyle emotional. I think that makes sense. Your marriage is ending while your child's marriage and love is beginning. But I just want Kyle to make the decision that is right for her. If you still want Mo, go back to him. Hell. But she be with Morgan one week, then hugging on Mo the next. So I don't know what these people are doing, but can y'all get rid of Kyle? I just feel like she's been here too long. 15 seasons is ridiculous. Kick her out and give someone else room to become like a housewife. Especially if that's all you get, because that's all I got to say. I mean, your daughter getting married, making you emotional. All right, Kyle. Naya says she's still not telling us what we want to know, but I did enjoy looking at her kids all grown up. Right. Because we watched them grow up. I mean, when Beverly Hills premiered for the first time, the baby, I think, is it Adriana? I can never remember the youngest child's name. But Kyle had just had her. She was postpartum jumping in the pools in the first season of Beverly Hills. So it's crazy to watch the kids grow up. I was looking at Dorit and Kyle's kids like, my God, we've watched y'all like literally grow up on TV. And they all came out to be great kids. So good for them. Not Allison. Naya said that psychic told us about her marriage. She knew what we didn't. The psychic told no lies. Allison with that cigarette. She said, your husband's not going to fulfill you in the next few years. And Kyle was like, why would she say that? I said, probably because he ain't fulfilling you. Because if you're going to get mad at her for saying that, then there's something going on. Vibe says, rumors say Kyle Richards may be leaving the Housewives of Beverly Hills, but until Bravo says something, I'm calling it what it is. Finale drama doing his job. Do y'all think she's really done? That's a good question, Vibe. That's actually a really good question. Let us know, chat, if y'all think that Kyle will actually be leaving. Do we think this is her last season? Because I've been seeing these rumors going around for the longest, but it's hard to tell if it's real or not. But I was thinking that the whole time. I was kind of like, is she going to leave? Is she not? Like, she seems kind of done. It makes sense. Portia's her name. Portia's going to college. Alexia's grown and getting married. Farrah could have got married, chose not to, owns a house, has her life, you know, and Sophia is working at the agency and also a college student. So I kind of feel like, when Cynthia Bailey left RHOA after Mary and Mike, even though that didn't work out, it was kind of like your happy ending, your story is concluded. I feel like that with Kyle, but I feel like production just doesn't want to miss out on Kyle, like letting go of Kyle and then her potentially filing for divorce. And I don't know why, but I don't feel like Kyle would walk away from this show. I just don't feel like she would. And if she walked away from the show for Morgan and not for her husband of 30 years, we'd all look at her like a clown anyway. So I don't know what she gonna do. Not Kyle was gagged. Y'all be making me laugh. I appreciate everybody for being here, y'all. I have been on a positive high all week because I started the week with 780 subscribers. I've ended the week at 799. I am one subscriber away from 800. I am eternally grateful to all of y'all. Y'all keeping the ball bouncing or the tire rolling, whatever the hell the saying is. I don't know. But I appreciate y'all. The next thing we get into is Dorit and Rachel. They meet up and they talk. Rachel admits to Dorit that she feels like Kyle not being at her book release party made sense. I did like that Rachel in this scene finally gave it to, like, was somewhat honest with Dorit. Because how can you hate this woman and come at her the whole season, but then get upset at her for not showing up? You literally have been telling her you don't want her to show up and you're not cool with her like that. But I guess Kyle and Dorit, like if you have like a good friendship outside of it, they say, oh, still show up. I'm not showing up nowhere. I'm uncomfortable or not welcome. So if we're not in a good place, expect me not to show up. It just is what it is. It's not the end of the world. But I feel like Dorit is trying to make everything bigger than it needs to be. Dorit also did not acknowledge at all, talking to Rachel, why people feel done with her. She was complaining like, oh, they're not seeing my point. I'm going through this. I. You think Dorit's name was fucking I. Because that's all she could see is her own perspective. She doesn't care to see anyone else's perspective, which we saw when she was in therapy with PK and they were trying to work through some things. Like, I really think this woman is impossible and just self-centered in the worst ways. And she can't even afford to be that, which is crazy. But she doesn't acknowledge anything she's done. She just makes herself a victim. And it seems like anybody that has an opinion that goes against Dorit's opinion, or anybody that says anything to Dorit other than, oh, you poor thing. Yes, yes, yes. She views them as her op who's being mind controlled by Kyle Richards. Apparently, Kyle has this much power at 5'0", but I'm looking at Dorit like, we are really tired of you. And they discuss Erica as well. And they pretty much, it's the same shit that she's been saying every episode. Like, I'm not trying to be dismissive. I'm really not, to those who may be new to the channel or any of that. But do y'all realize we are on episode 18? That means it's been 18 weeks of this season. And in every episode, Dorit is discussing the same stuff. Her issues with Kyle. Kyle's doing this. Kyle changed his person's mind. Get a fucking life, Dorit, at this point. I'm tired of hearing her talk about it. We can only say the same thing so many times. And at this point, she's only talking about it because she's mad nobody showed up for you. When you treat people like shit, they're not going to show up for you, Dorit. And you don't get a pass to treat people like shit just because you're getting a divorce. Just like with Puppygate. She wanted a pass for the puppy because her and PK were too busy. But Lisa had specific procedures and called you out on it and you didn't like that. Like, Dorit does this and I'm sick of her. Yes, that is a therapy term, Naya. You know what it is. Them I statements. Dorit uses them in like the most evil way. She really does. I just can't. I hope her kids don't end up this way. But I feel like they will be okay. I don't know why. I just feel like they'll be okay. But y'all, we gonna move into Kathy's daughter. Kathy's daughter, Nikki Hilton, is opening up or creating a jewelry line. Me personally, I'm not into making the already rich richer, unless it's Amazon, because I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I need a package. But the jewelry actually looked really nice. Nikki Hilton looked nice. It was nice to see Kathy involve her daughters. I'm like, if Kathy's having an event for her daughters and the cast is going there, I don't care for Kathy Hilton, but if she's going to be here, can we make her work for her check? Maybe get rid of Kyle and keep Kathy. Just a suggestion. Just the suggestion. Just the suggestion. So it's what's poppin'. Naima Travels on TikTok is here. And she is building her YouTube. This is also my sister, my blood sister. So if you guys want to subscribe, give her a subscription, especially if you're ever interested in visiting somewhere or coming to California. She will definitely help you to understand where to go, what to do, and what's happening. Thank you for being here. And Lord. But Nikki's jewelry party, it was nice. Kathy's house was beautiful. Everybody was there. And the event was a vibe until Dorit showed up. Dorit shows up, and it's one of those things where you ever watch the energy change in a room and you kind of like, maybe it's time to go. Like, I do that. If someone shows up that makes me feel uncomfortable, I'm going to just go home. I don't need to be here. Dorit walked in and people started leaving. Jennifer left when Dorit walked in. The people scattered. And it was funny because everything was going well. But as soon as Dorit walked in, she was mad and nobody had did anything. She looked down and she said, there goes the lion's den. You walked into this event. Nobody has done anything to you. Nobody even knows that you're here yet. And you're already upset. This is why we be calling Dorit Doris. This is exactly why. I don't understand what's wrong with Dorit. I really don't. I feel like people like this, just because your kids don't express that they have trauma and stuff, maybe still send them to therapy. Because I feel like Dorit's parents probably coddled her and thought that everything was great in her life and her mind. And clearly this lady's got some fucked up mental health, some fucked up thought processes, some fucked up etiquette skills. All of it's just fucked up. She be fucking up the church's pieces of change and stealing from the collection plate, according to how she was robbed. So I don't be knowing what to do with Dorit. But if I walk into a space and I'm already expecting the worst, then I'm going to give off the energy and move as if the worst is happening. And I'm just like, Dorit, I'm 33 and I figured that out. And you about 40 something and you can't figure that out? What are we doing, Dorit? Oh, she irks my soul. She makes my actual teeth itch, y'all. She really does. But she gets to the lion's den. Naima said, not the lion's den. That's what she said. I said, oh, Lord. Naya said, it's crazy how bad this season is, where I am Team Dorit and I don't like her. What is this mess? Child. It's been a really bad season. It's been really bad. The fact that Housewives of Miami got put on pause over this baffles me. I'll never understand it. But, you know, I'm not important enough. I know Bravo does watch YouTubers and get the opinions of people, but like, they got to figure it out, because Beverly Hills is definitely not what it used to be. And I don't think it has to do with OG cast members. I know a lot of people love to see their OG cast members on shows, but I'm someone who believes in change. It's good to recycle the cast. That's how you keep it interesting. But Dorit comes in after saying she sees the lion's den. Kyle congratulates Dorit when she makes her way over. She still congratulated her on her event and explained she didn't come because she felt odd considering the fact that they've been having issues. Kyle, all you have to do is say congrats on your event. I'm sorry I couldn't make it. You know my daughter's getting married. See you at the wedding. I'm going to go find me a mocktail. That's all. I don't know what Kyle had to do all that extra stuff, but it's obviously because Kyle and Dorit did have a close friendship. But I would have respected Kyle more if she did what Sutton did. I want your event to be good, and we are not good. So I don't want to be in that space and cause my energy to cause your event to not be good. That's all she had to say. But Kyle wanted to, I'm exhausted, my daughter's wedding, all of this extra stuff. Like, just keep it a buck, Kyle. The bitch been acting like a bitch, so you don't want to be around her. That's okay. I don't understand why they struggle with just saying basic things and communicating. But I feel like a lot of people think they have friends, like close friends. And I don't like to call anybody a best friend or a close friend until there's been not an argument, but some type of like disagreement or conflict. I need to see that they can work through it, whether it's with me or someone else, before I could really like fully trust people. But I'm also a Gemini and we do too much and we don't trust nothing. So there's that. But Kyle mentioned to Dorit, because they do get to having a dialogue, and she mentioned to Dorit that she has supported Dorit, and she pinpointed examples. She gave Google, Yelp reviews. She gave everything that she could give. She said, I supported you through Puppygate. She said, I supported you when people was talking about your fake ass accent. She said, I supported you when people said that they didn't like you. And that is true to an extent. And here's my problem with Kyle. Yes, you have supported Dorit through a lot, but I also feel like, even though I don't like Dorit, I feel like Kyle was disingenuous with their friendship. I feel like the friendship went far because PK and Mauricio got close. I've always kind of felt like Kyle just used Dorit when she needed her. That's what Kyle does. So I don't want these two to keep talking about friendship, and I just want Kyle to stop. Like, just stop. But Dorit says to Kyle that Kyle is the common denominator in her problems. And I'm like, Dorit, how is Kyle the common denominator when Kyle don't have a problem with nobody else right now but you? And Naya is correct. Kyle does like a posse. But to assume that just because someone likes a posse, that the people in the posse are reading and are like being mind controlled by Kyle is crazy. It's crazy. They're giving way too much. And I agree with this too, vibes. Kyle is a user. I think PK, Mauricio, and Kyle have a genuine friendship. I've always kind of looked at Dorit as kind of like the person who was just brought along because she's married to PK. It doesn't seem like anyone has ever genuinely liked her on this show. Not once. Not a once. The only person who kind of dealt with her was Lisa Vanderpump. But again, that's because Lisa Vanderpump was friends with Dorit's husband. But Dorit tries to say Kyle's the common denominator, even though Dorit is the one who's had beef with every person on the cast except for two people, which is Rachel and Bose. And Kyle said, no, you're the common denominator. You're the only one that got a problem with everybody. I actually agreed with Kyle, and that's why I'm mad at Dorit, because I don't like Kyle, and you make me have to agree with Kyle, but we're going to be fair. We're going to be fair. But how do y'all feel? Let me see what Naya says. Dorit thought it was Kyle. Whole time it was the group. Advice. Don't blame one person for a pattern. Common sense, child. And I know that, like, if someone's your friend, you're going to be like, well, I expect you to really not say anything. But I'm like, to not acknowledge that everyone else is feeling these ways are crazy. And then when Dorit does acknowledge it, it's not their feelings. It's Kyle making them feel that way. So I don't know. Maybe Dorit thinks the audience is also being mind controlled by Kyle, and we're a part of Kyle's posse, because I don't like Kyle. I don't like Dorit. But what I will say about them both, they both be wrong. They both be loud. They both be extra. And they're both liars. So I could give a fuck. But y'all, let's keep it moving. I appreciate everybody who is here. You are greatly appreciated. Tell a friend who's looking to watch a review. I am 1 subscriber away from 800. I do appreciate all of you beautiful people. The next scene that we get into is Erica chiming in this same section, because Kyle is kind of done with Dorit. Erica chimes in and says to Dorit that she has not been a good friend and she's been treating her friends like crap. And Dorit asked Erica, what have I done to you? I said, this bitch is delusional. How about left her stranded, called her a see you next Tuesday for no reason at the dinner table because she held you accountable? Dorit thought that it was funny too, because Erica was like, you're not the only one who's a mom. You're not the only one who does this. You're not the only one who went through a divorce on this show. Why are you the only one moving this way? And that's when Dorit started calling her a see you next Tuesday. I hate moms that do what Dorit is doing. There are millions of mothers on the planet Earth. And there are millions of mothers on planet Earth, unfortunately, going through divorces, separated. Some of them are widowed. They have kids. They're going through it. You don't see them crying as much as Dorit. Like, Dorit acts like she's the only person that is going through what she is going through. And when she does that, it kind of sends the message like she's going through this, so she just wants to be allowed to do whatever the hell she feel like she doing. Like, and I don't understand why Dorit doesn't get that. But she asks Eric what she's done to Erica, which shows she lacks accountability. And Erica reminds her of what she did, and kept getting hyped up, amped, and just doing the absolute most. The absolute most. And Dorit started to do that with Erica at the table as well. And I like that Erica finally stayed calm, because I think Erica has figured out you unleash on Dorit once, and then after that, you stay calm and let her talk in circles or talk herself into a space that she cannot defend herself out of. And Erica says to Dorit calmly, she said, don't talk to me like that. She said, talking to you like how? Doing all crazy. Erica said, like that, with the loudness and the extraness and all of this. I was like, yes, Erica, get her together. And she did it calmly, because a person that be talking to you crazy, it'd be people screaming at you, and they'd be like, I'm not kidding, like at the top of their lungs, yelling, showing veins and everything. Like, I'm glad Erica calmly addressed her. It was the funniest thing. Vibe said, Erica said, don't talk to me like that, and stood on it. Advice, set boundaries once and mean it. No, honestly, Vibe, that's some life advice that could probably help a lot of people. Set your boundaries, mean what you say, stand on that shit. And then when people cross them and wonder why you upset, there ain't no speech that needs to happen. You know what the fuck you did. You know what my expectations were, because that's how I am. I'm not about to be explaining to you all these extra things. Like, I need you to not do that when you talk because it does this. No, watch what the fuck you say, as Whitney told Wendy Williams on that radio interview. Like, Dorit be talking to people crazy. I just want to see Dorit go to Baldwin Hills, Inglewood, Compton, and go have that same attitude. Hell, I want to see Dorit go to Rodale Drive and have the attitude that she has on this show with them, because everybody in Beverly Hills know that bitch is broke. So I just want to see her do that, because she be talking to people like, where I'm from, the way Dorit talk to you, we gotta fight. We gotta fight. We just do. But Dorit, Erica got you together, and Dorit kind of looked like she was quiet, and she did kind of accept it. And Erica explains that Dorit needs to relax and explain to her, because you go off on each person individually and it's not doing anything for you. And so Dorit responds to Erica saying, well, I'm a single mom. I'm hustling my ass off right now. And this is just, I can do this is what I'm going through. And Dorit, don't insult real single moms like that. Don't fucking piss us off. I'm a single mom, Dorit. Some single moms don't have help. I have friends who can never go on vacations with me because they truly have no help. They don't have the baby daddy helping them. They don't have their mama or cousins and stuff helping them. They have Mrs. Best, aka Amina, to help them sometimes when I'm not busy. And that's it. They don't have nobody to help them. So it's an insult that this lady keep crying, oh, I'm a single mom. Woe is me. My life is hard. Bitch, your parents flew from Florida to California to watch your kids. You could send your kids to your parents at any time. In addition to that, your kids have siblings that are grown that I'm sure will help. PK's older kids, and they have their dad, and they have you. So stop with this woe is me, I'm a single mom shit. Nobody feels sorry for you. There are single moms out there on welfare that know to pay their rent. But this bitch didn't pay her mortgage from the time that PK left the house until now. That's why she's in foreclosure again. The third foreclosure in 2 years, which is crazy. Like, stop crying about being a single mom when you're choosing to be reckless. Because a single mom wouldn't have went and spent $4K of her book advance on a Kelly bag when the bitch knows she in debt and ain't got nowhere to live. A single mom would have saved that for a down payment on a new property or to put her kids up into something that will work better for them. There's a lot that Dorit can do but doesn't do, and then she likes to use the, oh, I'm a single mom stuff. Then act like it. Do more and shut up, please. Shout out to all the single moms out there who are really doing stuff on their own, because it is not easy to be a mom. I am not a mom, but I was raised by one who was single, and I understand it. I understand the struggle. So shout out to y'all who are doing it every day, going through your divorces in silence. Shout out to y'all, because Dorit is ready to get a bullhorn and be like, I am getting a divorce. Can everyone feel sorry? Like, girl, get over it. My God, Lord. But that conversation pretty much didn't go nowhere. Dorit's not going to relax. I think at this point, I can accept after 18 episodes, Dorit is going to probably be this way, even after her divorce with PK. I personally feel like this is the real Dorit that we're getting, because her accent has been gone for a minute. And I hope somebody sent that in as a reunion question, because she still puts it on sometimes, but that accent is gone. I just want them to call them out on all her stuff at the reunion. But based on the clip of the reunion, it looks like they're going to gang up on Amanda, and Bose is going to be licking the asshole of Dorit. So it is what it is there. What do we have next? My notes is all over the place. Sutton, for some reason, decides, because everybody else is done, and Sutton decides to go and talk to Dorit after everyone else has left and don't want to deal with her. Naya said, I want to find the last season she used an accent. I feel like, is anybody else noticing that? Dorit used to, oh, PK, yes, baby, absolutely, Kyle. Now she's, well, yeah, fucking Kyle. What do you expect? I'm like, wait, I thought you had this accent and said it was because your father came from Portugal or something, and you had this story of your roots and all of it. We found out you was Connecticut, and you swore you talked like that because it was where your daddy was from. Now that Connecticut reason and all this other stuff is gone, now you really just sound like a bitch from Connecticut. I'm like, Dorit, where's the accent, girl? Where did it go? Dorit is a mess, y'all. And let me know if anybody buys her book. I'm not too big on buying books that people don't write themselves, unless it's a like biography of someone's life that's done things throughout their life. What will Dorit tell us in a biography? I feel like you shouldn't write a biography until you've at least made it to like 50, 55, just because it's like, what are you going to tell us? What are you going to tell us? You haven't lived, in the words of my nana, you've not lived long enough, child. You've not lived long enough. Like, what are you going to tell us? Can't with Dorit. I just can't. Vibe, don't laugh at me. This white lady get on my nerves. Don't laugh at me. I'm doing the best that I can. Naya says Sutton might be the one who is a part of the hive mind, not the hive mind. There's a game that I love called Gears of War on Xbox, and they have hives and stuff. And I'm just thinking of now Dorit as a locust, or looking at everybody else as them. Funny as hell. But she says, because truly she never liked Dorit, and this season she is cashing in. Sutton has to do something to make up for her being a fugazi, wishy-washy ass shady friend towards Garcelle. You know what I'm saying? She has to. Sutton's just trying to find a way to fit. I think Sutton's at a point where I don't care for her as a housewife anymore. Maybe they should demote her as a friend of. Just because her kids are gone, doesn't seem like she's dating, doesn't seem like she's going to be dating. When she does go on dates, it doesn't seem too genuine. And the way she moves with the ladies, it's like back and forth and wishy-washy. Just don't like that shit. Not accent gate. Said I'm getting mine from Dollar Tree. I heard that. I knew it. Naya said, I love Gears of War 3. Well, I say that loosely. I've played it. I have played them all because of my spouse, except I have not beat Tactics. But I do heavily enjoy Gears of War 5, and I'm very excited for Gears of War 6, and I do play Gears of War every day, damn near. We are very big Gears fans in this household. Shout out to Gears 6 and Game Pass. Minus that $30. Y'all got us fucked up. That's too much money. But shout out to Gears of War. Who has that now? The Coalition? Good for them. Hi, Kiwan. Kiwan said, I'm super late, but I will check out the replay, gang. That is why there's a replay. You're never late, darling. It is virtual. But I appreciate you for being here. You guys check out Kiwan JTV. I think I was just seeing that you put up a Love and Hip Hop Miami review. She also put up a Divorced Sisters review, the Tyler Perry show. Check out Kiwan. She does scripted and reality TV. Support her. Fuck with her the long way, y'all. Please do. Please do. Vibe says Sutton can go away. She can. I don't even like how Sutton walks. She always looks like she could fall at any moment. It just bothers me. I know that's random, but it genuinely bothers me a lot. Kiwan said, I did. I have 3 more tonight. Girl, shout out to all the YouTubers and creators that support each other on the channel because it is hard work. Before this live, I recorded 2 other pre-record videos that I'm going to do. So my Ladies of London review will be up after this video, you guys. And The Valley, I did not go live yesterday. I had a lot that I'm dealing with. So The Valley will be tomorrow at 6:15 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8:15 p.m. Central Standard Time, and 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will be up. It's already up on the channel. If you want to set a reminder, ring the bell so you don't forget to watch. But yeah, 3 is a lot. Good luck, Kiwan. Good luck, girl. Good luck. Let me see where I'm at. My notes is everywhere. But yeah, Sutton went up to Dorit. Says to Dorit, you know, Dorit, when you said to me that I just hate that you're bothering me, you hurt my feelings. And, you know, I didn't like that. And Dorit said, I'm sorry. And Sutton, you about to piss me off because I am going to defend Dorit. I am about to defend Dorit because I'm fair. Dorit gave her an apology. She's like, oh, well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. That's what Dorit should have done. And she was right to do that. But Dorit, you also lost me because Sutton gets the apology and Sutton's like, yeah, but Dorit, sometimes you do really bad things. And it seems like Sutton was trying to explain to her, and your apology be dry, cold, and quick. And it's like, Sutton, because she don't give a fuck about you. You should have been knew this. Why don't you remind her that her wallet don't match yours instead of letting her do this? Like, you know how Dorit is. I don't understand why Sutton gives Dorit, who's treated her like shit, chance after chance after chance, but got mad at Garcelle for defending her. This is why we don't fuck with you like that no more, Sutton. This is exactly why. Because you over here begging this bitch, this broke bitch, who got to have somebody else write a book. You over here begging her for stuff and to be around you and all this weird stuff. But she's always treated you like crap. I feel like Sutton should accept that her and Dorit will always be frenemies. Like there's never going to be a real friendship there, but they deal with each other for the sake of the show. And that's okay. But Sutton really be acting like she wants to be these women's friends. And I'm tired of seeing that. It's pathetic. Like, girl, it's okay to just be you. You don't got to have friendships with everybody. You just don't. My Lord, my word. But the apology went to hell, y'all. So Sutton didn't accept the apology, explained how she felt about things. And pretty much Dorit took it to hell. She told her, you know, Sutton, I've got to get back to my kids. So can you wrap it up? Are you fucking kidding me? Someone's trying to explain to you how they feel and you're telling her to wrap it up because you have to pick up your kids. But you were sitting here having a drink and obviously don't have to pick up your kids. Dorit, stop being rude. Like, just stop. It's not cute. It doesn't give at all. Bravo, go put Dorit on the Potomac Housewives, the Atlanta Housewives. Go put Dorit on the Jersey Housewives. Put her on Rhode Island. Put her somewhere where them bitches will read her for filth and get in her face and remind her that she ain't shit. She ain't shit. Lord, Dorit, she just doesn't, she doesn't do it for me. She doesn't. Naya said Sutton needs a Reba session. When she said, "Are your feelings so shallow?" I knew she could gather her. It's true. It's true. It's very true. It's very true. But Dorit was rude as hell. And Dorit did say that what Sutton says does not matter to her, which I thought was absolutely insane and really condescending to say to somebody who's, if someone's saying that to you and y'all are going back and forth throwing daggers, fine. But if this lady is just asking you for an apology and is trying to be peaceful versus going off and doing what everyone else is doing, which you've complained about, then give her some grace and try to be somewhat receptive to it. But Dorit told Sutton to wrap it up and was a nasty, conniving bitch. And you know what Miss Bose did? Bozo the clown. She just sat there looking from left to right. I find it interesting, Bose, you weak bitch. I'm saying it. I find it really interesting that Bose can check every member on this cast about having to be kind toward Dorit or having to give Dorit grace or explaining how something they said could come off a certain way. But when Dorit is in Bose's fucking face telling someone to wrap up, them trying to make peace with her in a respectful way, Bose just sat there. I don't want Bose on this show no more. She's a flop. That's my opinion. I don't know how y'all feel. Let me know if you guys feel Bose is a flop. But how dare you come on as a Black woman and not stand up and stick beside your other woman, your sister in melanated skin. You're not going to stand up for this lady, but you're going to sit here and watch a woman who Garcelle tried to warn you about disrespect a cast member that really, like, that's why I don't feel Sutton should be on the show no more, because every time someone yell at her, she don't really do too much. You gonna let this happen and ignore it. Now, if Kyle was there, Kyle would have been like, really, Bose? You don't see her doing this? But Sutton didn't do that. Sutton just got up and walked away. And then Dorit's like, I like your bow, though. And then Bose finally speaks and goes, oh, yeah, it is a nice bow. Dorit, I was lying. Dorit is a mean bitch that's probably always been this way, who has hidden that from us on television. Nobody suddenly goes through a hard experience in life and becomes this good and comfortable at being mean to others unless it's truly who they are at the core of their being and their nature. I think this is truly how Dorit has been, which is why in the 10 years she's been on this show, she has never brought a real friend of hers from her personal life. She can only show us her parents or her husband's friends, because I don't think anybody really fuck with Dorit like that in real life. But I'll say this, Dorit, you had the right one with Sutton, because if you would have said that to me, can you wrap it up? I would have wrapped my fingers around your throat, bitch. You not going to be telling me to wrap it up when I'm trying to be nice and you acting a fool. And Bose, you just sitting there with your mouth open, making faces. Like, go somewhere, y'all. They really irritated me, y'all. They really genuinely irritated me. Before I get into the updates of the end of the season, I'm going to get to the comments because there are a few that I missed, and I apologize to y'all. Shani. Hello, Shani. I hope you got my DM. I was very behind today, so my apologies. But we are here. We are here. We are here. And Ladies of London will be up right after this review. Naya said Dorit was definitely rude and Bose was mute as fuck. Yeah. Bose, we would have loved if you would have been like, hey, calm down. Or even if Bose didn't tell Dorit she was wrong, I would have told my friend if they were going off like that. I would have been like, hey, ignore her for a second. Why don't you go take a walk? Go grab a drink. Take a walk. I get that you mad. I would have told my friend, take a walk, take a breath, do something. Because to just let her sit there and dig herself into a hole, it's looking like, Bose, you wasn't a friend to nobody on this cast but Dorit, but you're really not a friend to Dorit, because a real friend would have stopped her from what she was doing and how she was acting. But I digress. I always say you can't trust nobody in corporate. You cannot trust nobody that come from corporate America. I said what I said. I'm wanting to research the years that Bose was at Netflix and find out if that bitch is the reason I got to pay $26.99 a month. Whatever the hell it is, I don't trust Bose. Not... Shanny is a mess. Shanny says sitting there looking big and black. Shanny be calling Bose big black. I be cracking up at it. I be cracking up. Just looking and blinking. Right. Just like, girl, what are you doing? I agree with you. Bye, Bose. She didn't give us anything. It's okay to stick beside and be a ride or die for someone. That's totally fine. But give us something outside of that. You know, like something funny. Every time I see Bose outside of it, it seems like she's trying too hard, or I'm rolling my eyes because she's trying to have a baby with a man that she just met when she's 50 years old. Like, I don't feel like she gives a lot for the show. And the way she behaved in this finale and this entire season, it's giving sidekick, Bose. It's giving sidekick. It's giving you are Shigo. Y'all watch Kim Possible back in the day? It's giving that Bose as a side chick or a sidekick. I'm so used to saying side chick, sidekick. That's what it's given. Dorit is definitely being her true self. Exactly. Nobody just suddenly becomes this way. This is how she is and probably how she will stay. Shani says, show enough she can go. I think Dorit has staff. She used to have staff. She did speak about her parents and stuff have been helping her. She even had to put her kids in school. Her lifestyle's changing because of income, and I won't judge her for that. I really just want Dorit to correct her behavior and be authentic about her lifestyle. I think she tries to portray a life of having more than she can actually afford. Just show us what you got. You rebuilding. Dorit could win everybody over again if she would just be real, stop going off on people, and show us I'm broke. I got to figure out how to pay this mortgage. Things got to get done. Show us what you can do. Because if Erica can survive and be accepted by fans after all that crap that happened with the victims and the lawsuits with her husband, then Dorit can too. She just has to be honest in some way or authentic. Everyone else on the cast has been the same their entire tenure on the show. Dorit is the only one suddenly changing up because of a divorce. Even Kyle, she had her little moments, but she's still essentially herself. Dorit has a new accent, a new attitude, and a new voice that we won't quiet it and silenced. Sutton was being what Dorito acts up front and bring it to her face. Sutton irritated me, Shani, because I'm like, Sutton, stop trying with this girl. Big and Black made me laugh. Right. Because she is. She is, though. Bose really is. Beautiful woman, but the way she act, you just Big Black for today, girl. She said, my phone died and it just turned back on. What the heck? What kind of phone you got, Shani? If it's an iPhone, they do things. She had the nerve to say she was confused at the end of the episode. It's like Dorito found her balls now that she got a black friend. Clock it. This is clock it. Because a couple reunions ago, Dorit said that her only black friend was the help in her house and saw nothing wrong with the statement. Clock it. I think she's using Bose just so that she cannot look like what we know she is. Let's just call a spade a spade. Was it me or was Bose messy as fuck? No, Bose was messy, Kiwan. She just did it quietly and manipulative, and a lot of people will not catch it unless they have excellent discernment, which you do. That is a compliment. Bose was messy as fuck. She sat around. She let stuff go wrong. She got in Dorit's ear. She tells Dorit things, didn't correct her. Bose was messy. And Bose was also messy towards Dorit. Because a real friend gonna stop you from embarrassing yourself further, and Bose never does. But you clocked it, Kiwan. You usually do. That's why I tell people go to Kiwan's channel because she be clocking it, and she's funny. Her little NOLA accent. We just love it. We just love it. Naya said Bose would have been fair if she was truly impartial. Yes, but it's reality TV. Everyone eventually chooses a side. That is true. That is true. Bose should have been impartial last season, her first season. And I also feel like Bose should have been impartial in scenes of this season where they were speaking about Dorit as a group. I felt like Bose was not impartial this whole season. Like, she knew going and telling Kyle about Dorit's spending would become a problem and then sat back about it. Like, Bose was just messy this season, but Naya has a point, and I think that that is something a lot of us sometimes forget when watching and entertained. Like, it's a show. So to a certain extent, they have to choose a side, but then also you don't have to choose a side. We would have a better show if people would stop choosing sides and would just do what they do. But you have to have a lot of personality for that. And no shade, none of these ladies on Beverly Hills personalities are like exciting enough to where it's memorable. I think that's also part of why the show felt boring this season. She said, your spirit said it right the first time. Bose is a metaphorical side chick to Dorit in all of this. Not the spirit got it right. I love Black people. She said, the spirit told you, child. But that's true. She kind of is. She can't afford staff anymore. You see, she had them babies there because she can't afford a babysitter no more. She can't. A lot of people can't afford a sitter. Childcare is expensive as hell. It's expensive as hell. So I'm sure she can't afford a sitter. Oh, I appreciate you, Kiwan. Yes, thuggies and thuglets, like the video, comment if you have an opinion, and subscribe. I promise you it is a safe space. Even if you have a totally different opinion from me, that's what makes conversations fun. Plus, we need to practice this in this country because Americans seem to struggle with being able to conversate and accept others for a difference of opinion. But maybe we'll overcome that one day. Damn, so she fired her ethnic staff that she was so close with. Clock it, Naya. Her only Black friend. Fine. Or the staff quit because they probably was tired of the microaggressions, but you know. Because Dorit was the main one with the microaggressions toward Garcelle when she was there. And that's why I always side-eye her. And that's why I side-eye Bose, who, I watched the seasons, Bose. Stop lying. You didn't watch this shit. Because you wouldn't be friends with Dorit if you did. And if you are and you did watch it, that makes it worse. Shani said, Dorito asked for people to be honest with her and bring the issues to her face. Isn't that what Sutton did? Exactly. And she crucified Sutton for being the one person who heard what Dorit said she wanted from the group, gave it to her. I'm like, why are you mad? Why are you mad? In the words of Jocelyn Hernandez, ho, why are you mad? And why are you here? We want to know. She said, no, girl, it was charging and I just remembered to turn it back on. You know, I love becoming detached from my phone, but sometimes if it's off for charging or something, and then I'm like, wait, where is my phone? Like, I don't use my Apple Watch. I use my Apple Watch at this point. My husband will tell y'all he is right next to me. I never wear that thing, but a couple times a week, I use it to beep my phone to locate it, which is terrible, but I feel you, Shani. I feel you. We love you too, Kiwan. We do. I will someday meet you in person. Someday. That's right, my sis from the war. Period. Right. Absolutely. I'm so excited, you guys, to go to New Orleans next month. I will be there with James. I will be probably doing a live from New Orleans as well. I love NOLA. The people from there, like, authentic, and you know what you're going to get dealing with people from there. You don't have to wonder, which I love. I love that in people. She spent all my babysitting money on a Kelly bag. She did, though. She did. She said, hey, twin, you know why I forgot that it was charging and why I forgot to turn it back on? Was you trying to rush here, or were you finding food? Or did Tariq do something? Because it could be a lot of things, Shani. You got to let me know. Oh, y'all making Kiwan giggle. I love it. Now, y'all, that was pretty much it for the episode, but we're going to get into the updates because this was a finale. So this is definitely the opportunity. If you are watching the replay, shout out to the replay gang. I should have acknowledged y'all way earlier. So I'm so sorry. Shout out to the replay gang. If you guys are watching when we are no longer live, you are sincerely appreciated. This is definitely the time, or any time throughout the video, to leave a comment on how you felt as a whole about the season. Let me know who you guys would like to see back on the show, who you don't want to see back, if there's someone new you think, because I want to know. I'm curious. And I also want to see kind of how people feel, because I'm unsure if I want to cover Beverly Hills next season. But let me know if y'all want me to, because if y'all want me to, I will keep covering the show. I know a lot of creators are dropping Beverly Hills, but y'all watch my review, so I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. But the updates we got with the cast is Kyle still ain't divorced. She's still not divorced. I don't know when her and Mauricio will ever divorce. There have been rumors that this may be Kyle's last season. I hope that it is. I think that 15 seasons is enough. She is doing movies. She's got income. She doesn't have to be here. But I feel like Kyle doesn't want to leave the show because she doesn't know if she's going to continue with her marriage. Now, she stays with Mauricio. You know, don't come back to the show. But, you know, what can we do? The good thing, well, I guess it could be a good thing. Kyle says that Dorit showed up to her daughter Alexia's wedding, but her and Dorit have not spoken since the wedding. I think that's the appropriate thing to do. I also feel like, no shade, Dorit, do not go on the reunion, because I feel like Dorit's going to do this and be like, well, Kyle, I still showed up to Alexia's wedding and you didn't show up to my book signing. Bitch, it wasn't a book signing. It wasn't a book release. It wasn't nothing but a picture. Okay? A picture of you on a book that we're all going to see when it's out will never trump Alexia's first wedding. So you can't compare it. You better have showed up if you watch that girl grow up. Absolutely. Because if I have beef with a friend, there's actually a friend I don't deal with no more, and I still issue her daughter a happy birthday and will send a cash app every year because her daughter's birthday is on my wedding anniversary for that baby. I'm sure she ain't spending it on that baby because my hairstylist be telling me after they come, she be calling for some braids. But it's the point of kids are not involved in the beef with adults. So I felt like that was appropriate for Dorit to go to Alexia's wedding because her and Kyle did have a close friendship. The next update we got was Rachel. What does he say, Isaiah J? Boo, boo, tomato, boo. Throw a tomato at fucking Rachel. Rachel Zoe, I feel like the colorless community wants to support Rachel Zoe because she was iconic in the early 2000s, and that's great. Rachel Zoe is still iconic. She's talented, and she's a name we all know. The bitch is boring and not for reality TV. Please don't bring Rachel back. They couldn't even give an update about Rachel because the bitch don't have a storyline. The update on Rachel was that her sons are bonding better with their father. Rachel, are you dating? Do you have a vacation plan? Are you going to make a new fashion line? Are we going to get a new line of caftans to come out? Like, that's all? Your kids are bonding with their dad? That's good, but why are you here? Make Rachel a friend of, please. Erica Girardi. She's about to fight a lawsuit for, I think, $25 million or some crazy amount of money. Erica gonna be in court for a very long time. And that's just what it is. It's just what it is. Now, Bose and Keely. Bose's update is her and Keely are planning to have their two weddings, the African wedding as well as a traditional wedding. Bose and Keely are also going to try the IVF rounds one more time. I personally think she should have done an egg retrieval and paid for a surrogate, but it is much cheaper to just carry that pregnancy than to pay a surrogate. So I can understand why she's doing what she's doing. But that's the update from Bose. I don't mind Bose coming back, but I don't want her back, if that makes sense. Like, if she comes, I'll be like, oh, okay. Because I feel like Bose is not going to change or give us more if she stays on the show for seasons to come. But I don't mind her coming back. But if Bose comes back, I don't want Dorit. I feel like Bose and Dorit together are not good for the dynamic of the show, if that makes sense. Or get rid of Dorit. Or get rid of Kyle. Because if Kyle is erased and everyone still has a problem with Dorit, then what will Dorit's reason be? Y'all see where I'm trying to go? And then Sutton's update is Sutton's update. But in my opinion, Sutton needs to be demoted. That's it. That's all. Amanda and her man are now legally married. Amanda is a wife. I want to say Amanda is kooky. Amanda is funny. Amanda is awkward. Amanda doesn't always know how to read the room. But I think that's what makes Beverly Hills and the Housewives franchise interesting. If they could hire 2 more Amandas, I'd be okay with it. I didn't mind Amanda this season at all. She got ganged up on and handled it with absolute grace. Y'all be surprised when you go to college for counseling, the emotional regulation that you gain. Other people, that's why they be viewing That's why people be scared to date people with counseling degrees or psychology degrees, because they know that we're trained to figure out the bullshit. And that's what Amanda did. She figured out the bullshit and dealt with it. So she's going to have a big wedding, she claims, on 10/10/26. We'll see. Dorit's update, she's still evil, and her book is going to be coming out in June. But Bravo got that wrong, because Dorit's book is actually out now. If you go to Amazon, you can purchase the hardcover. The audiobook is not available until June of this year, and you are able to pre-order the audiobook ahead of time now. So you're welcome, Dorit, for the plug. I will not be purchasing her book. I will be catching the Cliff Notes. But, you know, if anyone purchases her book, maybe if it's a great book, we want to say congrats to the ghostwriters. But if we learn something new about Dorit's life, then that tells us the book is worthwhile. But if it's just a boring life story, and you're writing a book about your life and your divorce isn't even final, I would have waited till after my divorce and then wrote the book. But we know this is a crash grab. We know it's a cash grab. We know it is. But that's pretty much the updates with the cast. I really also want to sincerely thank all of you guys who hung in there for this season. I know the first half of the season, we were all kind of like, what the F is this? There are content creators that I subscribe to and fuck with that have dropped Beverly Hills. So I appreciate you guys for showing up and still supporting my channel, even though people don't care for the show. I'm going to get through the comments before we end the live. And then I'll put up Ladies of London after this live. Naya said, eat well, enjoy your trip. I will eat well. I'm traveling with James Jackson, though. Shout out to James for Watch Your Mouth reviews. And James knows that Mrs. Best cooks well and has been plotting on ways to get food for me. And I feel like I'm going to end up cooking out there. I really do. I really do. But I learned to cook for some people from New Orleans. So, you know, it'll work out. But yeah, James about to work me. I feel it. Shanny said, I got my refreshments. You know that affects my memory. It does. I can't think of shit when I'm thirsty. That's the truth. Shanny said she is okay with Amanda coming back. She didn't bother her. You know, the only thing Amanda did that bothered me this season was she showed up to an event knowing that she didn't want to be there because it was the anniversary of her son's death. And then she used that as a way to get out of drama at the event. You should have just stayed home. That is the only complaint I have for Amanda, but I like her. She didn't bother me. And I like how even when they gang up on her, she's just kind of like, okay, yeah, but that's my opinion. So I'm just going to feel that way. I can't help that my life is great. Amanda has the attitude like, you bitches can hate me all you want, but I can't help that my life is fabulous. Which I feel like now looking back, she might have been throwing shade. And that's what kind of made me like Amanda. Because when you look at the cast, Erica's in lawsuits, California won't let her divorce her husband, and he's sitting in prison and nobody like her because of what her husband did. Dorit's miserable, broke, smoking cigarettes, and her kids is having anxiety attacks because she never put them in school. Bose is engaged to a man that needs a Bosley hair transplant or to go bald and is trying to have a baby when she should just let her body rest. Rachel is so mad at Roger that Roger's new girlfriend had to speak out and tell us about the craziness that is Rachel. Stay in tune, because on Sunday I will be going live, and I'm probably just going to do a random live to engage and talk to you guys about the Mary divorce. Tina Campbell, her husband filed for divorce after cheating on her for all them years. Also going to discuss some opinions on the season and reunion and a bunch of other things. Shani said definitely bring Jennifer Tilly back. Jennifer Tilly needs to be a housewife. She needs to be a full-time housewife. I enjoy Jennifer Tilly so much. And she's actually what Beverly Hills was when it started. Filthy rich bitches. Shani said, I'd rather see Mo and PK on the show than Dorito and Kyle. I think we all feel that way. But Dorit and Kyle, something they both have in common is ego. So that would never happen. Naya says for her cast, she would like Rachel, Dorit, Jennifer, Erica, Sutton, Amanda, Bose, and some new addition. I actually think that's fair. Dorit has been on the show long enough that next to Kyle, she kind of is the only almost OG. So that makes sense. That definitely does make sense. I actually agree with that cast. Here's my thing, y'all, Because sometimes people be coming in the comments like, your channel is biased. I don't know if you guys understand, but there's no other way for me to give a review other than to be biased because it's my opinion, you know? But even though I don't like people, I can see their value on the show. I don't like Dorit. I don't like Rachel. Don't like Bose. But if you leave Amanda, Sutton, Jennifer there and add a new person, I feel like who has actual money and is not and a name and is not looking to be relevant, I'm saying we could get some things done and maybe Rachel and Dorit could be shown how boring they were or held accountable finally, my Lord. Shani said, I think Dorito only went to that wedding to try to flex. That's what I said earlier, Shani. She went to that wedding just so that she could say at the reunion, I bet you. Well, Kyle, I still showed up to your daughter's wedding, but you couldn't show up to my book release cover signing. Girl, Dorit don't have no sense. Naya says, Amanda grew on me in the final hour because on day one, I was side-eyeing that woman. I was side-eyeing Amanda at first too, but she grew on me. And that's why I think having a different cast will be better because we probably side-eye Amanda all over again with some other people her age. Shani said Rachel Zoe, aka Jacked Up Toes, don't need to come back. She didn't bring nothing this season. It was a waste. It was a waste. And all she brought was bias. Like Rachel can go. Erica needs to check. She needs it and Bravo knows it. Only bring Erica back if we go and get video and stuff of these court cases. There's an attorney, Ronald Richards or something. He is on Twitter. He also is on YouTube. He used to come and comment on the Kempire channel. Shout out to the Kempire and his parliament and parchment. But he worked closely on the case and was on one of the cases with Erica, is a California attorney and provides updates often on what's going on with her. So I encourage you to look into that because they probably won't make these cases videos, but somebody is sharing the transcripts, child. There's lots of people. There's also a page called the Bravo Docket that tells us a lot about these lawsuits. Shani said, bring Big Black back next season so we could see her man manifest not having income any longer. It's interesting that that man asked her that just to propose. Like if my man proposed to me after asking me if I'd love him if he didn't have a job and I was worth millions, we're going to be proposed for 10 years like that Alicia over on Rhode Island. Like, that's what we doing. Shani said, only bring Sutton back if we're going to get more info about the best friend and the husband, ex-husband getting married. Give us behind the scenes about that, Sutton. You know, I don't think we'll ever hear about that. And I know we all want to know about it, but Sutton's husband's money run long. And I feel like if she says his name or talks about him too much or his new woman, he finna sue the fuck out of Sutton and this show. So I feel like Sutton's actually smart to not talk about it. And this is why I feel like she needs to be demoted or kicked off of the show because what she has that's interesting to talk about, she can't really talk about. And then outside of that, she's just running and kissing ass and flip-floppy with people. So Sutton can go. Naya said Amanda and her husband said for richer or richer. At least she didn't say manifest. Right. You know, my mother-in-law took a video of my wedding and I still struggle to say poorer because it's for richer or poorer. And they was laughing. I think they thought it was like about money, but maybe my spirit said, please, I can't, just for rich. Lord, but I could not get that for poorer out either. Andy was yawning when Dorit told him the release date he misheard. Andy does not like Dorit, but Andy is not allowed to make as many calls independently anymore with this show as he used to be back in the day. Just a fact. He is always yawning in Dorit's face, which Dorit doesn't get. Like, shut up. Instead, Dorit gets mad at Andy's yawning instead of just speeding up what she has to say. If y'all get my gist, which is kind of similar to what she's doing with these ladies. She's getting mad at them instead of hearing what they have to say. It makes no sense. Shani said, I fell asleep on Ladies of London last night. My son woke me up and said, turn off the TV. I said, watching Ladies of London. He said, the ladies is watching you, mommy. My husband even chuckled at that. That's funny. This is why I need to have a son and never have a daughter. I just feel like it'll be better for my life Just do. She liked the Stacy of Beverly Hills. Stacy is the same way. My life is wonderful. I'm happy. People can't bother me. You need people like that. But a true thing in life that is true, unbothered people truly do kind of move like Amanda. Maybe it's not the manifesting, but they're unbothered. They're just going to look at you while you go off and be like, okay, like what else you want from me? Somebody tried to start some shit on my channel yesterday in the comments. And I just respond to people when they looking to argue. Okay, I'm sorry you felt that way. Thanks for watching. Like when you're okay with yourself, you ignore it. And that is definitely Amanda. She's definitely okay with herself. Now, she do got some controversy I'm sure they'll bring up at the reunion, but I feel like she'll be able to handle it fine because she's confident. Shani said, yes, that's why I keep bringing it up. It was a weird question to ask her. It is. It was. It was. Not the ladies are watching you, right? I'm sure Shani and her son are just entertainment. That's why he woke me up to tell me, right? Knocked out. She says she'd be having the nerve to turn and give a dirty look and say, Andy, are you yawning again? I'm like, exactly. It's like, Doris, stop. Who was talking shit to you yesterday? Where was I? They deleted the comment. It was the weirdest thing. Someone was upset at my opinion of Erica Dixon on Love and Hip Hop. And they wrote a whole paragraph and I responded to it. And then they wrote something else. Yeah, you're biased. I don't like this review. I'm like, oh, I just commented, I'm sorry you felt that way with a heart. And then they responded back to me like, yeah, well, I'm sorry. This is biased. I was like, oh, just angry with attitude emojis and stuff. Then I went back and saw they deleted their comments. So maybe they had a bad day. Maybe a period cramp stuck them. Their tire went flat or something. I don't know. But that's why I try to be kind to all, even those who be angry. I don't have time. I'm too busy to care. Kiwan said, Bo's going to be mean as fuck at this reunion. You think so? You think she'll be mean to Amanda? I haven't had a chance to look at too many reunion clips, but the one that I did see, it was a pile-on of Amanda, and I just got irritated. But Bose already knows that the audience don't fuck with her like that. Y'all see how when everybody came at Bose for what she was saying and how she was coming at Amanda, trying to gaslight Amanda, saying she didn't say something that she was caught saying on camera, the audience got on Bose's ass so bad she had to put out a video and say, okay, I messed up before the reunion. So Bose, that's why I don't see it for Bose. She's a bully. She definitely was off-putting to Amanda and Doris at the party before she made a speech. That's true. That is true. I don't like Bose, though. She's not a friend to anybody. She's someone you don't trust. I think she's for self. I think Bose has her friends in her life and truly views these ladies like colleagues, maybe even subordinates. Hell. Shani said, twin gonna be nice. I'll be the nasty twin. If you don't like it, then don't come back. Thank you, Shani. That is why you are a moderator. And no, people can say whatever they want in the comments as long as it's not, mean and all of that. So you didn't say nothing wrong. She said, maybe I should have said that I'm a moderator. I should also be nice. You're always nice, Shani. You're literally always nice. She said, we all respect opinions here. Just please be respectful. Not was that better. Not I know. Shani said, I know how, but I be choosing violence. Oh my God. I love y'all. I be feeling like, damn, all my friends left California, but at least I got YouTube. Look at the Lord. Look at the Lord. But that was really it, y'all, for Beverly Hills. We have made it through the season. We are going to be covering the reunion. James works in a factory, and now he's talking about something with 21 days of having to work straight. I don't know. My husband got out that factory life for that reason. But we are going to lift him up in prayer. So he will likely not be on our review of Beverly Hills reunion, but I will still be on his channel. We'll be back on James's channel this weekend on Sunday. We're going to be doing Bell Collective as well as Love and Marriage Huntsville. Not the best shows, but a great fun time for the lives. Definitely a great fun time for the lives. My father's birthday is today. Happy birthday to my dad. You are loved. And my siblings and I are all taking him to the coast or whatever. So I will not be live. I have a video posting tomorrow, but I won't be on James's channel tomorrow. but I'm not sure if he's going to do his Bell Collective Birmingham live on Saturday. I don't know what's going on with James's channel, but I'm going to ask him for you guys and try to get an update. But I'll be on his channel on Sunday, and there'll be a live video on my channel tomorrow. Kiwa said if they didn't like your comment, she would hate my channel after reading Erica Dixon. Child. It's actually pretty nice to Erica Dixon, but you know, people be sensitive. I always say, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. But don't attack me. Go attack the other people. Lord. Every time you say James is in the factory, I just see him on the assembly line with all the candy going too fast and he trying to pick it up. Not the candy. If he was making candy, Lord help us. Yes, happy birthday, Savior Charles. You are loved. Oh, thank you. That's so nice. I will tell my dad to look into these comments since he be thinking he could watch my YouTube channel. Lord help us. Y'all, but that's it. I'm gonna get the Ladies of London review posted up. It's I guess it'll be up 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, 7:30 Pacific Standard Time, 9:30 Central Standard Time. Look at God, I'm learning time. But I love all of y'all, Thug Life. I hope to see y'all on our next review and or live. And I hope y'all have a great weekend. Adios, au revoir, and I'll see you later.